Hi there, I'm Connie Kercher. I serve as your elite entrepreneur coach, and I am so excited to dive into today's training. We are going to talk about the mindset of a CEO, and I'm going to talk about two different strategies that I would highly encourage you to evaluate and look at as we go into the summer. So, if you have not subscribed, make sure that you do. We post every single week around strategy, marketing, elevating your CEO skill set, and really leveling up and becoming the best version of yourself in your personal and professional walks in life. And so, I'd love to be able to be of service to you as you follow this channel. So let's talk about the first CEO mindset as an entrepreneur. I've always leaned into and encourage my clients to look at their schedule and their calendar as their battlefield. And that everyone is always pulling you in a million different directions. Expectations of family, expectations of the business itself, expectations of clients, expectations of your own hobbies and decompression time and recovery time, the way that you still want to keep up socially and not just become a hermit or a workaholic, right? So when you look at your calendar for this next month, so whenever you're watching this video, I just want you to look at the next 4 weeks, and I want you to be very transparent and say, what are my non-negotiables as a business owner that I cannot let slide this summer? Okay. And what are my non-negotiables as a family leader for my kids or for my significant other or for the puppies or for the nieces and nephews or for the groups that I volunteer in, right? Think about your personal life and go, what are those non-negotiables and are those on the calendar? What I find is that we're kind of expecting the chicken or the egg. It's so chaotic. It's so out of control. My calendar, you don't understand, Connie. And what I will always lean back into is you are in control of what you say yes and no, and what is cornerstoned on your calendar. We just haven't taken the time to slow down and get that on the calendar first. So then everyone else's responsibilities, everyone else's priorities, everyone else's asks, everyone else's opportunities get put onto your calendar first. So let's start reverse engineering that for this summer. Let's start looking really intentional and saying, what by the end of this summer would I be proud to say I completed? What projects at the house? What experiences in my business? What memories with my family? What personal goals did I get completed? And put those appointments, not a goal, not a vision board, but those appointments, however often you want to do that this summer, and then fill in the gaps with other people's invitations, opportunities, sponsorships, partnerships, trips, whatever that is, and go, I do have availability, white space, and buffer in my calendar to do that. Or you may say, I don't for this summer because this is where we want to spend our time these next 12 or 16 weeks. So, first strategy as a CEO and owner is as you go into the summer, please sit down for an hour and really fine tooth comb where you want your fitness time to be, where you want your memory time to be, where you want your days off to be, and where you want your really strategic working time with your clients, with products, with sales times, with networking to be. And let's set that in motion on the front end. Okay. It is a skill set that you will get better at, but it's one that has to be honed in by doing it. I can't keep, just doing videos on it. You can't keep just downloading the book or listening to the podcast on your walk. It actually takes the experiential experience of you struggling with it, you succeeding with it on your calendar, and then actually being able to make the adaptations of that seemed like that was too much work time. That seemed like that was too much off time. I felt compressed and rushed in these areas, or no, that felt like a good balance or cadence between what I wanted to do and accomplish and what's on my plate and responsibilities, and what I lovingly needed to say that's not a priority for me this summer. Okay. Second, as you look at CEO strategies, specifically going into the summer, is if you have not completed something January through May, I'm not throwing anyone under the bus here. I want you to honestly eliminate. If it hasn't been done in the last 5 months, if there's not a real reason, if you're going to have an output that makes sense for you to work on it, maybe move it to the fall. Like maybe not just kind of chip away at it in terms of your, feeling of it's incomplete. I should get to it, the guilt of it, the chaos of it again. Maybe shift something and say, I will evaluate that September 1, September 5, and September 10th. Okay. Put those now projects on your calendar as you watch this video. pause the video even, so that you have placeholders for 5 months. If something hasn't been touched by you, hasn't been completed by you, hasn't been started with you, don't expect yourself to do that this summer. Give yourself this 1/3, right? The second third of the year to recalibrate again, reset what your schedule is going to look like, and starting a new initiative, pick one or two of those, and then really just go ahead and pin or parking lot those to the fall. Because what happens as an entrepreneur and as a business owner is we have that brain lag of undone and uncomfortableness of like, I should get to that person's waiting on my reply. Am I going to, move forward with that role or that opportunity? And it just drags us in terms of our day-to-day ability to make decisions and wise, deliberate, intentional, strategic decisions. So move those. Get those out of your head and onto a calendar so that anything that's been pending for 5 months, that's a really long data point to say, I didn't get to that. We thought about that. It's not going to, we went a little bit of research on it. Move it to the fall so that it opens up the availability to get the actual impactful events, experiences, memories completed, and for you to be able to reset with no guilt or shame. So in today's quick video, I gave you two really applicable, let's get started. I know that most of us are going to graduation parties, experiencing wedding or bridal parties. And again, the summer cadence is a real part as an entrepreneur. Don't let it surprise you. Let you be strategic about it. Let it be an opportunity that you don't look back on last summer and the summer before and the summer before, and you saw a lull in your business, or you saw the summer go so fast. I want you to look back and go, by the end of August, I'm really proud of what I created for myself, for my clients, for my family, for my personal well-being in those, 12, 16-week window. And it wasn't, I was at the mercy of just whatever other appointments got put on the calendar. I was in control. I took extreme ownership. And I realized that one, my calendar is the battlefield. Two, I'm responsible for the mode of it. And three, I moved pending projects that was not going to be of service to us at all this summer, and I moved them intentionally into the fall so that can be the next evaluation point. So I look forward to hearing your greatest takeaway in the comment section below. If I could be of service in terms of any other strategy coaching, working with me in terms of group settings, in terms of working with you on a 90-day roadmap, that is also on the website. I will put the link below. And or if you are interested in just overall how to become a more strategic, sustainable, scalable business, and you have plateaued, I'd love to be of service and set up a complimentary consultation if our coaching style of what I would offer, and if you are in a season of readiness to become more strategic, would be in alignment. I'll see y'all next week in the next training video. Bye, y'all. Go have fun making your calendar more strategic. Bye.